Okay, Boker Tov, everyone. We are continuing in Megilat Ruth, and we're probably at the most famous Pasuk, because this is the Pasuk that we repeat at the end. Perek Bet, Pasuk Yud Bet. Yeshalem Hashem pa'olech, uti maskurtech shelema me'im Hashem Elokei Yisrael, asher bad lachasot tachat kanafav. So this Boaz is telling Ruth, because remember, Ruth tells Boaz, why are you treating me so nicely? And he says, number one, I heard how good you were to your mother-in-law. I see how hardworking you are. You've left Avodah Zarah. You left where you grew up, and you came here. And he says, may Hashem pay, this is today's pasuk, may Hashem pay you your work, pay you your deeds, pa'olech, uti maskurtech shalema. In modern Hebrew, maskoret, the salary. Your salary should be full. Your schar, your maskurtech, from the word schar, your reward shall be complete. Me'im Hashem Elokei Yisrael, from Hashem, the God of Israel, asher bad lachasot, that you came to seek refuge under His wings. Because you came to seek refuge under His wings, Hashem shall pay your deeds and your full reward. So the Gaon of Vilna over here explains what's the difference between Yeshalem Hashem pa'olech, Hashem shall pay your deeds, uti maskurtech shelema. Yeah. Uti maskurtech shelema. What's the difference between Hashem should pay you your pa'olech, your work, your deeds, and your maskurtech, your schar, should be full? So he explains the difference between pe'ula and schar is kind of like, imagine a salary and a package at the end of a person's work. He explains as follows. When a person does a mitzvah, let's talk about it first in the work world. If a person works, he gets rewarded. He works an hour, he gets paid by the hour, he gets paid a salary. But if there's also longevity, if a person works for a long time, he shows loyalty to the business, he works through thick and thin, etc., he's there for a long time, there's going to be extra bonuses along the way. And if he leaves on a good note at the end, or however things are set up, there's a package at the end as well. But that doesn't happen, I worked one day, give me a package at the end. No, it's day after day after day after day after day. And you go, and through years like this, etc., there's additional bonuses. So too, he says, when a person does mitzvot, every mitzvah that a person does, Hashem pays you for. But then there's, when a person, let's say tefillah, a guy comes once a year to tefillah, right? So you get that reward for once a year. Now a guy comes every day to tefillah, you develop into this person is not just a person that comes, he came 365 days, they're going to get reward for $365, call it, and a person that came one day is going to get $1. No, this guy became a Baal Tefillah. This guy became a person who Tefillah is important to him. He comes every day. Hashem's going to give extra reward. Hey, you're going to get extra bonuses. You're here all the time. So too with every mitzvah. He's not a one-off, I give it tzedakah here, I give tzedakah there. The guy becomes a Baal tzedakah. You want to become an owner of that mitzvah, you're going to now get much more rewarded from HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a spiritual sense. So that's what he's saying here also. Yeshalem Hashem pa'olech, Hashem should pay you your work, what you've done, and your maskurtech, your schar, your reward should be shelema, complete, even extra, all the extras, because you're going to be, and he's saying, because she just kind of converted. So throughout your whole life, you're going to keep on going on this path, you're going to get extra bonuses from HaKadosh Baruch Hu as well. And he adds another point too. And he says that there's an interesting thing. When a person converts, so the question, are they getting a mitzvah for converting? Are they getting a reward for converting to Judaism? So the answer on paper is no. Because there's no commandment for a non-Jew to convert. There's no commandment. If he converts, now you got to do the commandments of the Torah, and every time you do a mitzvah in the Torah, you're going to get rewarded for it. But for the act of conversion, there's no mitzvah. There's no reward for the act of conversion. Now, also, so here he says, but Boaz tells Ruth, you're going to get maskurtech shelema, complete reward. Even for the time where you weren't Jewish, it's going to be like as if, you became Jewish at 30 years old, you're going to get reward for the whole time. How does that work? What's going on here? So he says that in general, he says like this. This is also with the pirush of the Netivot Mishpat on Megilat Ruth, connected with the Gaon of Vilna. Says that when a non-Jew lives a non-Jewish life, and when they have that feeling to convert, if they have that feeling, but then it takes them 5 years to do it, because like, oh, I'm not going to do it now. How can I do this? How can I do this? And then they eventually say, I'm going to start the process. Then I'm going to convert. So because they suppressed it or didn't do it right away, etc., so therefore they're not going to get punished for that, but there's not going to be a reward for the actual moment of conversion. After that, every mitzvah after there is going to be, of course, a reward. So he says by Ruth, he says, you're shelema, that from the moment it came to you, you did it. From the moment, how did he know that, etc., whatever, but the explanation here is shelema, like such a great a gioret, she's the example, that the moment it came to her, she did it. She ran and she went with Naomi, and it was at that moment. And she didn't let these feelings like subside or whatever. And I'm sure there's people, they go through the system or they had these feelings, and then I remember working, I'm in the Bedin of Gerim, and there's a person that they're in the process. I met a boyfriend, and she's not Jewish. So I met a non-Jewish boyfriend, that's it, the whole thing's over. Like, what happened? You want to be Hashem and this, that. You meet a guy, now and the whole thing's off, right? So they had these feelings. They didn't go through with it or whatever. Okay, they're not going to get punished for it. They don't have to convert, right? But it's these type of examples of sometimes having the feelings and not really carrying through with it or carrying through with it later on. Another explanation, he says, on this concept of maskurtech shelema. When Bnei Israel, we are supposed to serve Hashem, shelo al menat lekabel piras. Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim, and we were avadim. Now we're Hashem's avadim. We're Hashem's servants. We're not supposed to serve God for, I want to get a reward, that's why I want to do the mitzvah. That is, in the back of our mind, maybe we're going to get the reward. We're supposed to serve Hashem. Hashem, you're my master. If you wouldn't have taken us out of Mitzrayim, we would have still been there, as we say in the Haggadah. And our intention is supposed to be that we're serving you, Hashem, lo amen lekabel piras. But a convert who comes on their own, they didn't go through Yetziat Mitzrayim. They came on their own. They're bachar. They chose me'atzmo. So in a way, they could ask and say, Hashem, hey, I came on my own. I want reward. And they could even work and serve. It's maybe a higher level if they don't, but they could have that because they came on their own. They weren't from Yetziat Mitzrayim. They weren't avadim of Hashem as when they were born. And therefore, he says, you're going to get paid in full because you're coming on your own. And one last explanation, he says, is as follows. He says, there's a concept called schar mitzvah behai alma leka. Schar mitzvah, the reward of a mitzvah, on behai alma, in this world, there isn't. The reward of a mitzvah is in olam haba, as we say also in the morning, right? Perotehem ba'olam hazeh. The fruits of the mitzvah, the keren kayem olam haba. The actual mitzvah that I do is going to be, that's like the initial investment. The fruits, the interest, I get benefits here in this world. But, and also we say in Pirkei Avot, schar mitzvah, schar avera. What's the reward of a mitzvah? That Hashem gives you the opportunity to do another mitzvah. When you do one mitzvah, you're going to get that zechut to do another mitzvah. If you do an avera, you're going to get, unfortunately, the zechut to do another avera. So he says as follows. He says, your payment should be in full. From Hashem, asher bad lachasot tachat knafav. Because you came to go under Hashem's wings, you came to convert to Judaism, you came under Hashem's wings, Hashem shall pay you shelema, which is another opportunity to continuously go under Hashem's wings, schar mitzvah. You're here, you went under Hashem's, so your whole life He's giving you this bracha, that it shall always be from mitzvah, goret mitzvah, from mitzvah to mitzvah to mitzvah to mitzvah. That's your reward, and then in Shemaim, you get the reward that's in Shemaim. So a lot of brachot over here, a lot of amazing things going on that Boaz is telling Ruth, and we'll continue tomorrow with more of the conversations. But this is the pasuk of the reward that Boaz expresses to Ruth. Chazak u'baruch baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen. Rabbi Hananiah ben Akasha omer, tzak kadosh baruch hu lezakot et Yisrael fiach chibra adam toromas shenamar, Adonai hafetz man tzidko, yigdil Torah ve'yadir.